Imagine someone walked into your office right now and said, "Hand me your laptop. You have 5 minutes to prove your client's data is safe." Would you pass the audit? Or would you expose cracks that you didn't know existed? Now layer this in. Every AI tool you've adopted to draft documents, summarize cases, or streamline intake just multiplies those cracks. AI is astonishingly productive, but is also remarkably efficient at making mistakes travel faster, data leak further, and attackers work smarter. That same chatbot that writes a trust amendment in 30 seconds can, if misconfigured, hand privileged details to the entire internet in half that time. 6% of small businesses never reopen after serious breach. Almost 1 in 3 US law firms has already been hit. And last year's average incident cost $4.88 million, enough to sink a 10-state attorney practice without a trace. I'm Ariel Perez, president of AKAVEIL Technologies. For 2 decades, I've helped firms protect the documents that keep families' legacies intact. What I'm sharing today isn't theory, it's a pattern I see every week when panicked partners call. Let me start with a story. If you take a estate planning firm, 10 people total, wired a 6 figures for a real estate closing, except the wire instructions had been swapped by an attacker who lived invisibly in their email for days. They froze operations to investigate, lost client confidence, and ended up closing their doors within a year. One unpatched server, one careless click, and the reputation built over decades evaporated overnight. Why are estate practices magnets for this kind of attack? You hold trust, tax ID, social security numbers, and writing details, exactly the data that criminals can monetize in minutes. Your IT budgets are lean, your infrastructure often aging, and clients grant almost blanket trust. That combination makes a breach not just costly, but deeply personal for every family you serve. Now back to AI and why it raises the stakes. Your associates copy and paste a client's wills into ChatGPT to tie the language. Data leakage happens instant. A paralegal installs a browser plugin that promises AI drafting on autopilot. Shadow AI, no oversight, no audit trail. An attacker drops a prompt injection payload into a benign-looking email. Suddenly, your AI instant reveals privileged data it was never meant to share. And most third-party AI vendors still lack formal SOC 2 or industry-specific controls. If you can't see where your data lives, you can't prove who touched it or when. So how do you stay fast without flying blind? Every secure firm I work with, 3 safeguards show up again and again. I call them the non-negotiables. First, People Shield. It's a single-step habit, simple, trainable, and free. It turns most wired fraud emails into harmless notes because the human in the other end knows exactly what to verify and how. Get this wrong, and no fancy firewall will save you. Second, Tech Shield. Think of it as an immune system upgrade. Least privilege access, real-time threat isolation, and continuous backup. Done right, a ransomware attack becomes a 15-minute inconvenience. Log the incident, roll back the snapshot, move on with your day. Third, the Proof Shield. A 1-page briefing you can hand to the client, insurers, or auditors that says, "Yes, we know exactly how we protect your data, and here's the evidence." No jargon, no 50-page policies, just clarity. Lenders love it, underwriters favor it, and prospective clients trust it. Miss any of these, and the fallout is brutal. Days of downtime, bar investigations, malpractice claims, cyber policies that refuse to pay, and a referral network that suddenly goes silent because trust, once lost, almost impossible to regain. Still skeptical? Run this 2-minute self-test when the video ends. Do this. Number 1, locate a document that spells out who is allowed to send wire instructions, the exact verification steps they must perform, and what happens if they skip it. Can you find a document in under 30 seconds? Number 2, open your AI drafting tool. Does it display a banner policy that links exactly what the data is transmitted, where it's stored, and how long it lives? If not, assume the answer is forever in an unknown jurisdiction. Number 3, pull last night's backups report. Does it show every workstation, including the partner's laptops, that leaves the office every night? Green check marks across the board? Good. Question marks or blanks? Not good. If those steps aren't working, your survival audit already fell on paper, at least. But the good news is that every gap you just discovered is fixable, often in days, not months. I put together a concise cyber readiness checklist that walks you through each fix. It's free, it's practical, and it takes less than your next coffee break. The link's below. AI is reshaping legal work at record speed. Make sure it isn't unknowingly reshaping your risk. Your clients deserve confidence, your practice deserves resilience. And both starts with you in the next 5 minutes. In fact, the smartest law firms are closing their server rooms completely. Watch this video next to learn why and how they are securing their firms and clients' data.